Dr. Ukrainian was hit hardest by the vandalism, but in speaking with him, he believes no student could have held a vendetta against him. However, we know that at least one person failed the first anatomy exam, which directly preceded the incident. We reached out to our former anatomy TA for comment.
Who was at the remediation the morning of? Only one student failed.
One student? Who was it?
Guys, I'm not really supposed to share that kind of information. I could get into a lot of trouble for this. It was Jorge.
Wait. So, at the time of the remediation, you're sure there was no porn on the iPads?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, Damien, this is really important. Did Jorge leave at the same time as you?
Actually, no. He said he wanted to stay behind to do some review.
Holy shit. Dude, I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but it might not have been Radhika. It was Jorge.
No, man, wait a second, hold on. Let's go through this methodically, okay? Access and opportunity. Damien said that Jorge was the last person to leave the anatomy lab, but he couldn't have done it. He was signed into POM.
Dude, that means nothing. I've never been to POM. Okay, I've technically been 99% of the time, but I've literally never been to POM. You do not need to go. I repeat, you do not need to go to POM. Do not attend POM.
That's completely correct.
Okay, guys, I get it. Let's move on to motive. Now we know that Jorge failed the anatomy test, but is that really enough for him to risk his entire medical career on a stunt like this?
Yeah, first off, we know that Jorge has always wanted to be a surgeon, and then he fails his first ever medical school exam, his first anatomy exam. Second, how do you think he felt after he was the only one to fail an anatomy exam that was touted by Dr. Ukrainian to be literally unfailable? And then that exact same teacher wins a Teacher of the Year award? He had to be frosted by that. Lastly, we all know that Dr. Ukrainian loved the placebo like a son, and who can blame him? The placebo was a gorgeous fucking thing. And so he probably thinks that he was failed on purpose by Dr. Ukrainian.
Motive. Shit. You're right, man. I mean, Dr. Ukrainian was always hanging out with the placebo. And he was so broken up after that thing lost the election.
Exactly. And dude, we have eyewitness testimony.
What are you talking about? The only definitive eyewitness testimony is Greg saying that he saw you do it.
God damn it, Ben! We agree to this. Neither of us did this, okay? It couldn't have been either of us. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about...
Johnny, that shitty napkin drawing could be anybody.
Oh, really?
For the love of God. It's a perfect match.
Holy shit!
Okay. All right. Thank you, John. Thanks. Do you have some Perrier or LaCroix?
Perrier?
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'm not getting you Perrier.
Okay, water. Whatever.
Johnny, just get him some water, okay? Jorge, first off, congratulations on matching into general surgery at WashU.
Thank you.
Do you feel like the first year anatomy course prepared you well to be a surgeon?
Sure, I mean, it was fine.
What'd you think of Dr. Ukrainian?
Generally, I wasn't such a big fan.
Was that because he failed you on your first ever anatomy exam?
What?
Could I have you direct your attention to the top right corner?
Where did you get this? This is an LCME violation.
Must have been pretty hard, wasn't it? Being the only one to fail that anatomy exam, and then just days later, having that same professor win Teacher of the Year award? Jorge, why did you wait until after match to do this interview? Jorge, did you do the porn? Did you vandalize the anatomy room to get back at Dr. Ukrainian?
No, I did not. This is ridiculous. Are you kidding me? I'm done with this. Fuck you. Fuck you, Johnny.
Boom.
Okay, you know what? Actually, this is bullshit. You guys are clearly trying to frame me. But it's obvious that Johnny did it. You guys never acquitted him. You had an episode that proved that he did it.
Pretty sure we had a whole episode that completely acquitted Johnny.
Yeah, your first couple episodes, he did it, and also another is a.
Unfortunately, the rest of that interview was lost in the editing process. I have mixed feelings about the Jorge theory. On the one hand, it all adds up. The combative relationship with Dr. Ukrainian, the timing of his Teacher of the Year award, Jorge's access following the remediation, his defiance to Moscoso's accusations. Was that an act of passion or an attempt to cover his tracks? And then there's the janitor's sketch of the Vandal. It's a perfect match.
No, I did not. This is ridiculous. Are you kidding me? I'm done with this. Fuck you.
On the other hand, all of this is circumstantial, so I have my best guess. But so did the administration. They pinned this on Johnny Labin and told him he couldn't do another class show. We now know with complete certainty that he is innocent. The system convicted him of a crime that he didn't commit. So while I do owe you my honest, best theory, I'm hesitant to speak with any certainty, because I've seen the way an accusation can ruin someone's life. Consider for a moment the type of person that would look at porn in the School of Medicine's anatomy lab. What do they look like? Who do they hang out with? Where do they sit and shell? What kind of grades do they get? Is this who you're imagining? Probably not. How about him? Or her? Or him? Or are you picturing someone more like this? I set out to examine the case against Johnny Labin, to find out if he was guilty of the vandalism. I helped prove without a shadow of a doubt that Johnny was innocent. He was wrongfully accused based on his reputation alone. To be fair, it's a reputation he's earned. Pranks, pornography,
Watch porn.
inappropriate behavior. According to the administration, Johnny is beyond rehabilitation.
What motive is Johnny Labin?
How long do you think the administration has felt this way? Was that box checked on day one? Was that stamp of deficiency reinforced pass after pass, rotation after rotation? After 4 years, if enough people see you a certain way, do you start to believe they're right?
I'm the bad guy.
Who do you think this person is? Good? Bad? Pizza King? Pimp God? Psychopath? Early onset Alzheimer's? Alcoholic? Kunal? President? Porn addict? Perfect student? Whatever you're thinking, you're probably wrong. Medical school is only 4 years of our life, even though it feels like 16. It's a span of time that leaves you with more questions than answers. How can anyone allow 4 years to define them? How can anyone pretend that 4 years is long enough to know what type of physician you are? We work so hard to define ourselves for others, we often forget to appreciate those around us. While the labels you cultivate may not stick, the friendships we've made over the past 4 years certainly will. please state your name and who you are?
My name is Johnny Labin, and I'm, I don't know, I'm just Johnny. What do you mean, dude? What do you mean? That's a stupid question.
That's right. That is a stupid question.
It was definitely Radhika.